and welcome to In Depth. I'm Tina Jha. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today visited Maghar, a small town in Uttar Pradesh, to honor Sant Kabir Das on the 500th death anniversary of the mystic poet who is known to every Indian. Maghar is the place where Sant Kabir passed away. Centuries ago, in Kabir's time, there was a saying that if you die in Varanasi, you attain salvation. But if you die in Maghar, you go to hell. Kabir's death at this place in itself is a protest against the false beliefs of his day. Today, Maghar has a mausoleum and a Samadhi Sthal dedicated to the 15th century poet. In today's edition of In Depth, we trace the journey of this saint through his philosophy and message that transcended religion, caste, and even the intricate workings of the intellect. Through his poems and couplets, Kabir tried to free men and women from the vice-like grip of the ego that traps them in worldly delusion. Sant Kabir was a social critic and a spiritual leader. He spread the simplest message of love and fraternity among all. The presence of a single God was the central point of his teaching that denounced idol worship and the caste system. Not much is known about the year Kabir was born. There is no unanimity about the birthplace or his parents either. Kabir is believed to have been born at the end of the 14th century. Historians believe that a Muslim beaver couple found him on a lotus leaf in the Lahar Tank near Kashi, today's Varanasi. Raised in a poor family, Kabir had an ordinary upbringing, but his thoughts and teachings were extraordinary. Through his enormous spiritual accomplishments and excellence in poetry and music, Kabir went on to become a legend. But his life remained shrouded in mystery. There is very little that has been discovered down the ages by way of biographical details. It is considered that Kabir got his spiritual training from Guru Ramanand. Although initially Ramanand did not agree to accept Kabir as his disciple. Legend has it that one day Kabir hid himself on the steps of the Ganga Ghat where Ramanand came every morning. It was dark and Ramanand did not see the sleeping Kabir. He placed his feet upon Kabir's chest. Ramanand felt guilty for what he had done. Struck with the sincerity and devotion of Kabir, he accepted him as his disciple. Although an unlettered person himself, Kabir went on to become a great mystic poet. Today, Hindi literature is incomplete without the mention of Kabir's literary creations.
कबीर सबसे ज़्यादा रेलेवेंट है मध्यकाल के कवियों. कवि तो बहुत सारे हुए हैं, एक से एक महान कवि हुए हैं, लेकिन जो सार्थकता कबीर की है वो दिनों दिन बढ़ती जा रही है. कम होने का सवाल नहीं है, बढ़ती जा रही है.
Kabir preached his ideology through his poetry. The language was simple and easy to understand by the common people. His verses were a direct revelation of truth and were full of spirituality. Kabir was against the false rituals and superstitions of both Hindu and Muslim religions. He preached that salvation cannot be attained by mere performing of the rituals. This, he said, can be done by following the path of truth and spirituality.
कबीर हिंदी के उन कवियों में से हैं, बल्कि दुनिया के उन कवियों में से हैं जो किसी एक समय के नहीं, पूरे समय के पूरे प्रवाह में उनकी अर्थवत्ता बनी हुई है. लेकिन मौजूदा समय में कबीर इसलिए ज़्यादा महत्वपूर्ण हो जाते हैं क्योंकि कबीर एक ऐसे कवि हैं जो यह बताते हैं कि जहाँ प्रतिरोध है उसके साथ साथ गहरी करुणा भी होनी चाहिए.
Kabir preached the principle of ahimsa. He said sacrificing animals in the name of God was not religious but a non-pardonable sin. Kabir was an unlettered person, yet his literary work and his life is a subject matter of research of several scholars. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV. Kabir's philosophy has place for caste and religion. In his couplets and poems, Kabir vehemently criticized those who divided society on religious grounds. Kabir's poetry expresses his philosophy about life. His couplets cautioned against the ills of Maya or illusion. Kabir likened illusions to dacoits who kill everyone. But he also said that one can detach oneself from this worldly delusion by keeping the company of saints. Kabir's writings focus on the concepts of reincarnation and karma. He saw self-realization as a way towards salvation. For him, liberation was freedom from the pangs of life and death.
आप कबीर को देखेंगे तो कबीर प्रतिरोध के कारण प्रसिद्ध हैं, लेकिन कबीर को पढ़ने वाले जानते हैं कि वे गहरी करुणा के भी कवि हैं। तो करुणा और प्रतिरोध का एक समन्वय इस युग में बहुत ज़रूरी है, और इस नाते मुझे लगता है कि कबीर आज ज़्यादा प्रासंगिक है। ख़ास तौर पर कबीर की जो सबसे बड़ी विशेषता है वह है कि तमाम माया जालों को छांट कर जो कर्म कांड आज के युग में रखें तो तमाम विचारधाराओं का जो घटा टोप है उसको छिन्न भिन्न करते हुए सीधी सच्ची सरल बात कह पाना, ये कबीर जैसे कवि की विशेषता है।
Kabir believed in an omnipresent God. His couplets strongly protest against the divisions of caste and religion. Raised by a Muslim beaver family in Varanasi, Kabir preached against Islam as well.
प्रेम सबसे बड़ा धर्म है, इसलिए उनकी साखियों में प्रेम को अंग, गुरु को अंग, शब्द ब्रह्म है। ईश्वर मूर्ति पूजा का खंडन किया। मूर्ति पूजा की आवश्यकता नहीं, प्रेम चाहिए, मनुष्यता चाहिए। माया, बल्कि माया कुछ नहीं है, माया भ्रम पैदा करती है। तुम अपने धर्म पर चलो, अपने जीवन विश्वास पे चलो, सत्य अहिंसा इन सबको महत्व देते थे।
The fact that Kabir was born neither in a staunch Hindu nor a devout Muslim family is of great significance, given that his poems mercilessly attack the evils in both religions. He always preached people to be compassionate towards other living beings and practice true love.
सबसे बड़ी अहमियत तो मैं यह देखूंगा जो उस पूरे भक्ति आंदोलन की अहमियत है कि उन्होंने संन्यास पंथ का विरोध किया। उन्होंने कहा कि आप अपना काम करते हुए भी ईश्वर के नज़दीक जा सकते हैं। मन की भावना अच्छी होनी चाहिए और आपकी जीवन शैली सादी होनी चाहिए। आप कबीर जिंदगी भर कपड़ा बुनने का काम करते रहे, उन्होंने कभी भी काम करना छोड़ा नहीं।
Although Kabir advocated bhakti or devotion for one God, his preachings established him as a true humanist who only believed in true love and mankind. He challenged established beliefs and practices and preached that God is within man and not in mosques and temples. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV. Kabir's teachings helped to bridge the gap between the Hindus and the Muslims of his time. He was one of the biggest poets of India. He wrote poems in a concise and straightforward style which many admire. However, there is no authentic evidence available regarding his life and journey.
Kabir's writings inspired people from all faiths including Hindus, Muslims and Sikhs. He got fame all over the world because of the resonance of his writings in influential traditions and culture. However, the origins of Kabir remain shrouded in mystery and legend. It is believed that Kabir was born in 1398 and was found in Lehertara, a small town in Varanasi, by Neeru and Neema, his foster parents.
कबीर के जन्म के बारे में तो प्रामाणिक रूप से, ऐतिहासिक रूप से नहीं मिलता, लेकिन किंवदंतियाँ काफ़ी प्रचलित रही हैं। ये माना जाता है कि जो है वो माता पिता उनके थे या नहीं थे, इसमें संदेह है। तो माता पिता के अभाव में उनका बचपन जो है कठिनाई में ही बीता है, बहुत संघर्षपूर्ण स्थितियों में ही बीता है।
Kabir never received a formal education as his parents were extremely poor. But from his childhood, Kabir had a spiritual bent of mind. An independent thinker, he questioned the meaningless rituals followed by the adherents of both Hinduism and Islam. He preached love and humanism that promotes unity among all castes and creeds, and verbally composed many verses reflecting his beliefs.
कबीर के जन्म और बचपन के बारे में बहुत कम जानकारियाँ, प्रामाणिक जानकारियाँ उपलब्ध है। कुछ किंवदंतियाँ हैं, कुछ जनश्रुतियाँ हैं जो अलग अलग कारणों से फैली हुई है। कबीर को जानने के लिए उनके जन्म और उनके बारे में जो जनश्रुतियाँ हैं उनको जानना बिल्कुल ज़रूरी नहीं। कबीर क्या थे, कबीर के बारे में जानने का सबसे बड़ा साधन उनका अपना साहित्य है। उनके अपने साहित्य में भी कई तरह की मिलावट बाद में आ गई है, लेकिन उसमें जो कुछ भी अच्छा है उसको समझने में किसी भी तरह की भूल नहीं हो सकती।
Many people believe that Kabir was married and raised a family despite living an ascetic life. They regarded Lohi as his wife and Kamal and Kamali as his son and daughter respectively. According to some traditional legends, Kabir was a celibate and never married, and Lohi, Kamal and Kamali were his disciples. However, Kabir also mentioned Lohi, Kamal and Kamali in one of his couplets.
पूरा जीवन ही कठिनाइयों में बीता है। युवावस्था में भी बहुत तकलीफ़ें झेलनी पड़ी। आय का साधन नहीं था, खुद कमा के खुद खाना पड़ा। और अपने परिवार के बारे में, अपने पुत्र के बारे में, पुत्री के बारे में जो जिक्र किया है वो भी कमाल और कमाली, तो वो खुद भी ऐसा लगता है कि खुद भी वो उन्हें कमा के खाना पड़ता था। कबीर को भी कमाना पड़ता था, उनको भी कमाना पड़ता था और कपड़ा बुन के स्वरोजगार की भावना उनमें थी और ये इसी आधार पर वो अपना जीवन यापन करते थे।
Kabir spent much of his time in the company of Hindu ascetics, saints and Muslim Sufis. So he imbibed the tenets of both the religions and realized the best of both. Kabir composed his verses with simple Hindi words. His poems were in vernacular Hindi written in an earthy style, replete with imagery. One of the most popular collections of his works, Kabir Bijak, was compiled and written down for the first time in the 17th century. Like several details regarding his personal life, the details surrounding his death too are unclear. He died in 1518 in a place called Maghar, about 240 kilometers from Lucknow. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha Television.
With that, time for a very short break on the program. We'll be right back.
देश की उच्च शिक्षा में करने सुधार। उच्च शिक्षा आयोग की ओर चली सरकार। सुझाव के लिए HEC का मसौदा हुआ तैयार। क्या UGC को खत्म करने की है तैयारी? देखिए देश देशांतर, UGC बनाम HEC, रात 8:30 बजे सिर्फ राज्यसभा टीवी पर।
Welcome back. You're watching In Depth. Kabir was an illiterate, and hence there is no handwritten manuscripts of his poems and songs. It is believed that his followers gave a written form to the huge wealth of literature that only existed in the form of spoken word. This was later published as Kabir's literature in the form of several books.
Kabir's writings expose the religious hypocrisies and social injustices that ring true even today. His writings focused on the socio-religious ideological inconsistencies of his era with a vision for a new society. The vocabulary of his poetry is considered rough and unpolished. The metrical forms reflect the popular dialects of the uneducated masses who came to revere him. His philosophy had a huge influence from Nath tradition, Sufism and Bhakti tradition that helped him evolve a distinctive religion of his own. The influence of these various doctrines is clearly visible in Kabir's verses. He fought against every form of religious fanaticism, superstition and ritualism. Kabir says, and I quote, Dashrath sut tihu lok pakhana, Ram Ram ka maram hai ana, which means that people know Dashrath as the father of Ram, but no one understands the inner meaning of Ram.
नहीं, मूलतः कबीर जो है निर्गुण धारा के ही कवि हैं। हालांकि उन्होंने सगुण का भी जिक्र किया है, लेकिन कहते हैं कि मेरा जो राम है वो राम नहीं है जो दशरथ का पुत्र है, ये उससे अलग है, ये वो भी नहीं है जो अयोध्या में राजा बना था, वो भी नहीं है, दशरथ का पुत्र वो भी नहीं है, हमारा तीनों लोक से न्यारा राम है। निर्गुण ब्रह्म में मानते हैं, सगुण को नहीं मानते। वो तो मूर्ति पूजा का खंडन ही किया है उन्होंने।
It is hard to trace a single overriding ideology or religion that runs through Kabir's writing. Kabir felt nothing is bigger than human being, and hence no ideology can be bigger than the principles of love and common brotherhood. Kabir was familiar with Sanskrit, but he wanted to reach the ordinary person on the streets, so he used colloquial Hindi. The main theme of his poetry is to propagate his ideas while opposing superstitions present in different religions. He used his dohas to highlight social evils. Kabir's poems were mostly in vernacular Hindi, Sadhukari, but also borrowed dialects from Awadhi, Brij, Kahari Boli, Rajasthani, Punjabi and Bhojpuri.
वो हिंदी के पहले जन कवि हैं, महाकवि भी कहना चाहिए। हिंदी भाषा को एक साहित्य का दर्जा दिलाने वाले सबसे बड़े कवि कबीर ही हैं, सबसे पहले कवि। उससे पहले हिंदी को लोक भाषा माना जाता था, लेकिन कबीर जैसे कवि ऐसे थे जिन्होंने हिंदी को एक साहित्यिक भाषा का दर्जा दिलाया। वह भी ऐसी भाषा में जो सीधी सरल भाषा थी, और वह भाषा ऐसी हो गई कि आप देखें कि बहुत सारे संप्रदाय उसको धार्मिक उपदेश की तरह ग्रहण करते हैं। यहाँ तक कि गुरु ग्रंथ साहब जैसी कृति में भी सबसे ज़्यादा कबीर की वाणी है।
Kabir's texts exist in three major regional variants: Eastern, the Bijak, Rajasthani, Kabir Granthavali, and Punjabi with Hindi contained in Adi Granth. Bijak was considered the most important and original of Kabir writings. However, there is no definitive date of his literature. The biggest feature of Bijak is that the verses have not been divided into ragas. The Bijak has been divided into 11 sections and has a total of 619 verses.
आज के ज़माने में जो सबसे महत्वपूर्ण टर्म जो सामाजिक जीवन में है वह धर्मनिरपेक्षता। कबीर में उस कूट कूट कर भरा हुआ है। न वो जाति को मानते हैं, न धर्म को मानते हैं, न संप्रदाय को मानते हैं। तुलसीदास पे तमाम तरह के आरोप लगते हैं कि वो जातिवादी थे, ये थे वो, लेकिन कबीर पे नहीं। हिंदू मुसलमान सबको मानवता का संदेश दिया। मनुष्य एक है, धर्म जाति संप्रदाय को महत्व नहीं दिया। सबको ऐसा मानने वालों की आलोचना की, निंदा की।
Kabir's verses were also incorporated into the Adi Granth, the scripture of Sikhism. These verses are the ones that are believed to have been narrated before Guru Arjan Dev. Some scholars also state that Kabir's ideas were one of the many influences on Guru Nanak, who founded Sikhism in the 15th century. In 1988, Kashi's Nagari Pracharini Sabha published a collection of Kabir's writings by the name of Kabir Granthavali. The collection has 809 sakis, 16 ragas, 403 pads, and 7 ramayanis. On the one hand, Kabir's poetry is full of philosophy, spirituality, love, devotion, and faith. On the other hand, it also deals with the societal evils and social reforms in a subtle way. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
How relevant is Kabir in the 21st century? The answer is provided by his couplets and poetry. Let's take a look at some of his most popular couplets that hold significance even today.
Kabir is one of India's priceless gem in the spiritual pantheon. He is called a saint because his writings are full of wisdom and teachings for the masses. Kabir's teachings go beyond beliefs, traditions and superstitions. He explains how people can make their life easy by living a simple life. Kabir's couplets are not restricted to books. They are a way of life. Kabir is against the tendency of personal animosity and envy. He says, "Pothi पढ़ पढ़ जग मुआ, पंडित भया न कोई, ढाई आखर प्रेम का, पढ़े सो पंडित होए." Translated, it means, forget about book learning. No matter how many books you read, you won't become wise. One who reads the words of love only becomes wise.
जीवन के हर एक पक्ष पर उन्होंने कुछ ना कुछ कहा है, और जो कुछ कहा है बेलाग होकर कहा है, खरी खरी कहा है, और वो बात सीधे समझ में आती है। उसको समझने के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा माथापच्ची करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। ये जो कबीर की विशेषता है, यह साहित्य में धीरे धीरे कम होती जा रही है। आजकल का साहित्य लोगों को समझ में नहीं आता है कि वह उनसे क्या कहना चाहता है। कबीर की परंपरा में हम प्रेमचंद को रख सकते हैं, जो जनता से उन्हीं की भाषा में बात करते हैं। इस तरह के तमाम कवि हैं, नागार्जुन है। यह कहने का मतलब वो वे कवि हैं जो सीधी सच्ची भाषा में जनता से जुड़ी बातों को, जनता की जीवन शैली के बारे में, कैसे जीना चाहिए, कैसे एक अहंकार मुक्त, आडंबर मुक्त जीवन जिया जा सकता है, इसकी बात करते हैं।
Kabir believes in deeds and not results. He is against haste in any work. Kabir says, धीरे धीरे रे मना, धीरे सब कुछ होए, माली सींचे 100 घड़ा, ऋतु आए फल होए. Telling his mind to slow down, everything in life happens slowly in its own time. The gardener may water with 100 buckets, but fruit arrives only in its season. In another place, Kabir says, साधु ऐसा चाहिए जैसा सूप सुभाए, सार सार को गही रहे, थोथा दे उड़ाए. Which means the world needs a person who is ready to give up his ills to imbibe virtues. We should always give importance to people who work for ending the evils in the society. In a different couplet, Kabir says, तिनका कभू न निंदिए जो पावन तर होए, कभू उड़ी आँखिन पड़े तो पीर घनेरी होए. Where he tells that you should not oppress the weak, as you should not trample a speck, because when the weak person counterattacks, it will be very painful, just like a speck of dust in the eye can cause a lot of discomfort.
इसीलिए उन्हें समाज सुधारक कहा जाता है, क्योंकि जितनी गलत चीज़ें थी, धार्मिक अंधविश्वास, कुरीतियाँ, उन सब पर वो प्रहार करते थे, जाति पे, धर्म पर प्रहार करते थे, खंडन करते थे और मानवता को बड़ा बताते थे. तो वो समाज के क्रिटिक थे, आलोचक थे. तो समाज के आलोचक का जो आलोचक होता है उसका महत्व तो बढ़ता ही है. जब तटस्थ दृष्टि से हम उसका मूल्यांकन करते हैं तो उसका महत्व तो बढ़ जाता है.
Kabir advises improvement in oneself rather than looking for weaknesses in others. He says, दोष पराए देख करी, चला हंसत हंसत, अपने याद न आवई, जिनका आदि न अंत. Which means everyone laughs at the flaws of others, but while laughing, they forget about their inner weakness. According to him, neither the talent nor a talented person can remain in oblivion. In one couplet, he writes, जब गुण को गाहक मिले तब गुण लाख बिकाए, जब गुण को गाहक नहीं तब कौड़ी बदले जाए. Which means that unless a person's caliber is noticed, he cannot be accurately assessed. Kabir says, Nindak Nyar Rakhiye, which means that we should surround ourselves with people who criticize us for our good. Small things that the saint teaches us which make big changes in our lives. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And that's it from us in this edition of In Depth. We'll be back same time tomorrow with a focus on another subject. You can also watch our episodes online on YouTube and Twitter and share your feedback. Thanks for your time.